Today I'm going on a little adventure. Have a wild guess at two things. Uh, which football team do you think I support? And where do you think I currently live? G'day. I'm going to focus on the road now. So, the reason I'm making this mini video, or maybe it's a long one, I'm going out on a drive. I want to do a little bit of editing in this video because I don't know what the audio quality is going to be like, plus how much of it I'm actually going to be facing the camera. But hopefully we get a nice, good, solid discussion and conversation and a little bit of rhetoric in the comment section. But yes, the video is going to be about gatekeeping football fandom. I've noticed there's a rhetoric, and again, it was a little spark the other week when I was doing the watch along for the Wembley final against Sheffield United. See, the date's about 2 weeks ago now. Done a couple of videos, but it was just something in the back of my mind, and it was one comment in the space of those 2.5 hours. Somebody came into chat, might have been a mag, might have been, well, anybody really. They got blocked because they breached my #1 rule. The comment was to the effect of, "Why aren't you at the game? You're not a real fan." Like, how should you react to that? I have one rule on my channel, by the way, and that is do not be a dick. There was a lot of other Sunderland fans in the comments, in the chat, having a good time, especially towards when we leveled the game and then took the lead. So we were all having a good time, but this one comment instantly blocked, and I didn't think about much of it at the time. Now I'm left with my own thoughts and driving down the countryside. I just wanted to vent a little bit about it. Now, that mentality, one, is stupid, but two, it's not uncommon. One comment. Like, there's so many idiots that are trying to control what is and what isn't correct or the proper way to support a club. Like I said, so I just need to make sure that car goes past safely. How are you gatekeeping who supports who based on purely attendance? Couple of things. The year is 2025 and we're still having this discussion. It's so stupid. Well, case in point, I'm wearing a Sunland shirt in the middle of Australia. I'm representing my club around the world. I don't live in Sunland. I haven't lived in Sunland since 2009, but I'm still wearing the shirt. I'm still talking about them week in, week out. I'm a fan. There's no two ways about it. That if anybody else was like that, that's a fan. I'm living here. I'm hoping to make this country my forever home. But that doesn't mean that Sunland will not be in my veins. I was born there. I was raised there. Dragged up there, and it's not a thing where it just doesn't leave you. The fact that nuance, that ability for this person not to actually just apply a little bit of common sense. Not every fan can throw away £10,000 for one game. It's stupidity on the next level. But that's just my story. I think that is, again, slightly reductive. Not every Sunderland fan is physically able to go to games. There's disabilities, there's financial restrictions. There's a lot of things around that. And this is not just for Sunderland, by the way. This is across the board. If you're a fan of a team, you're a fan of the team. Fact. There'll be fans who are just casually supporting the club, occasionally going to a game here and there. And that's all they can do. That's fine. They're still a fan. You don't have to gatekeep this. You're not a fan unless you do X, Y, and Z. That to me is a regressive and stupid approach to football. You cannot be gatekeeping or policing football like that. It makes no sense. You've got no empathy, no kind of you're not even applying common sense. What about people working? What about medical conditions? What about financial restrictions? What about distance? Like logistics of getting to a game can be very difficult for a lot of people. So just because you don't live within a 5 mile radius, a 10 mile radius of the stadium anymore, doesn't mean you stop becoming a fan. I left Sunderland in 2009. Every time I go back up to the northeast, I see my family, I see my friends, I have a night out, and I go to a game. The last one wasn't very good, by the way. Blackburn 5-1. But the game before that, when we beat Birmingham City, that was a good game. That was a good time. So every time I can, I will go to a game. And we'll not do a watch along on here, but I'll communicate it very, very well. But the fact is, I'm quite privileged in that when I do visit family, when I do go to the northeast, I am able to do that. Go to the Hilton just outside and go to the game the next day, go to the club shop, all of that. Like, I'm very privileged, and I know I'm very privileged in that, but you cannot be saying people are not allowed to be a fan of a club because they don't go to every game or they're not real fans. What a stupid comment. You can't just assume because you're not at a game you're not a fan of a club. That, to me, that mentality is so moronic, and I think we need to just start like calling these people out for what they are, morons. You cannot. Don't get me wrong, like, there is some plastic fans and some fair weather fans. That is a different kettle of fish. I'll tell you what you cannot do as a fan though. You cannot switch teams. That's where gatekeeping and policing is absolutely fine. I get it when you're young. Like, when you're a kid, you get like family and friends all supplying you with like this football kit and this football kit and this football kit. But you cannot switch your allegiances of a fan base once you've, I see it, become a teenager. Like 13 is the cut-off point. If you've got a team at 13, that's your team for life. You are a Sunland fan, you're a Liverpool fan, you're a Dortmund fan, I'm talking about Dortmund because I like them. You're whatever fan. That's your club. That's you for life. You can have a side team that you've got like a nice interest in another league. And one thing, I'll put the overlay now when I'm doing the editing of the Leeds United fan, and I'm going to class them as a Leeds United fan because they were an adult. They had a Leeds United tattoo, and they got it rebranded, covered over by a Newcastle United tattoo. Well, two things. You've chosen two very interesting teams to switch from. I think Leeds is the lesser of the two evils, but you don't switch teams. Yeah, it is what it is. I hope I hope you like this video. I've been ranting for a while. What an interesting little rant I've had here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section around what you think about the gatekeeping of other fans. Beautiful countryside, beautiful face. Thank you. Until the next one. Bye-bye.